meteorologist Eric Gage.
2 words for you. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Gary. Happy Friday to all you watching this morning with us. And today we got a pretty nice day on tap, Gary. A little foggy to start, but plenty of sun by this afternoon.
Good way to start the weekend.
Of course, yeah. Let's take a look at what's going on outside right now. First, a live view of Oneonta, where that fog is pretty dense out there. Southern valleys. And actually, interesting enough, much of that dense fog is not only in the southern tier and southern valleys, but also creeping in from the Syracuse area. Sometimes it usually comes from the capital region, then moves its way through the Mohawk Valley. This time, it's the opposite. So if you head closer to Syracuse, right near Onetta Lake, parts of near Sylvan Beach and whatnot, that's where all that fog is starting to form. You can see some of that fog reported in Hamilton as well, but you head out toward Albany, and actually that fog is a bit less prevalent. So, just starting out the preview of the weekend forecast. We got sun and clouds Saturday. It's a beautiful day on tap for your the first half of the weekend. A cold front moves through on Sunday. Now, the actual storms themselves don't really move in into the afternoon, but there could be a few stray showers before that we're tracking. So, relatively unsettled. So, if you have to do anything outside and you have a choice of Saturday or Sunday, of course, Saturday is your best bet this weekend. But again, today it's beautiful. Sunshine, temperatures near 80 degrees. You have any outdoor plans today? Make sure you take advantage of this beautiful weather on tap. We're going to track not only this nice weather, but also what's called a black moon. We'll explain what that is and what you can do with this in the sky coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. U.S. Army Private Harlan J. Hennessy has returned home to Boonville.
This live look of downtown Cooperstown is brought to you by the Leatherstocking Credit Union.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now 5:13 on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. So far, yesterday in the afternoon, it was beautiful out. And today, yeah, it's a cooler start, but we're going to see those similar conditions. Lots of sunshine and even some warmer temperatures. Let's take a look at what's going on outside, though, as you head out to work this morning. As you can see here, we've got clear skies for the most part here in the Mohawk Valley. We're seeing some fog slowly creep in from the west. It's mainly quiet in Cooperstown, but of course, Oneonta, a bit hard to see. There's some dense fog down there early this morning, and that's where that fog is reported. Again, out here in the Syracuse area and primarily in the southern valleys and pockets of the Adirondacks, including just out east of there in Glens Falls. So we are still looking at green conditions on our traffic tracker. No accidents to report of this morning. And yes, we'll be dealing with some pretty dense fog, especially those of you south of the Thruway early today. But by this afternoon, the sun peaks out. It's a beautiful Friday on tap, and we'll track how this nice weather continuing into Saturday with some rain chances arriving on Sunday. We'll track those chances coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. With the number of COVID cases rising, the American Academy of Pediatrics
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today, we're still dealing with some low-lying clouds and fog in other spots. Still plenty of clear skies. In fact, very clear skies. Reason we'll get to here in a second. Live look at downtown Utica. Pretty quiet morning. Of course, the next couple of hours, the morning rush hour, will see part of Erskine Boulevard get a little bit more busy. It's 52 crisp degrees out there early today in Utica, 52 in Rome with low humidity. That's the key here to that, some of that dew that's forming on some of your cars this morning as well. Radar and satellite, pretty quiet. Obviously, you know, elephant in the room here out to the coast is where Hurricane Erin is. It's still expected to move its way north and east. It's missing all of the U.S. It's not making landfall at all. It's continuing out there. The stronger winds and the higher waves are the only impacts, and that's along the coast here. Locally, in fact, the only thing it's really doing is dragging in some beautiful weather today. So that's the good news for us here locally. So having to mow the lawn with some fresh rainfall you received on Wednesday, well, you got great weather today and tomorrow. Sunday, not so much, though. We're going to track a few passing thunderstorms in the afternoon. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So here we go. Black moon, what is it? So it's the third new moon of the season typically. And the reason why it's called that, well, you can't even see the moon. It's a new moon, obviously, so it's in Earth's shadow. But what you can see is a lot of stuff outside of the moon, meaning, you know, the galaxy, stars. So with the clear skies expected tonight, it's going to be a great night to go out with areas of low light pollution and see the Milky Way. And it's something that's very breathtaking. Growing up in New Berlin with the low light pollution I had, I was able to see the Milky Way during new moons all the time, and it was just an amazing experience. So if you have nothing going on tonight, just head out in the countryside away from city lights and just take in the night sky. So we are still tracking high pressure in place here today, but a pattern change is on the way. See that cool air moving in from an approaching cold front, and this is going to arrive as early as next week. So again, patchy fog today, sunshine in the afternoon, highs in the upper 70s, low 80s. Tonight, it's quiet, it's mainly clear. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, highs in the low to mid 80s. And then as we head into the overnight hours, into early Sunday morning, a few passing downpours, but the big story is that cold front arriving heading into the afternoon. Here it comes right here, passing over us between pretty much 2 and 6 p.m. We're going to fine-tune that number here over the weekend. And then those showers and storms continue over us. And then things begin to quiet down by Monday. And then we begin to see a little bit of a pattern shift. It's not a big change, but still 60s and 70s as we head into next week. We'll be right back.
And thank you for joining us for this half hour. If you're ready for the weekend, get ready for a nice day to start it. Meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center. And Eric, we're talking perfect conditions today.
Yeah, after some morning fog, the sun's going to move in, Gary. It's going to be beautiful, low humidity, lots of sunshine, a great day on tap for this Friday. Let's take a look at what's going on outside right now, though. Again, some of us waking up to some pretty dense fog, especially in the Oneonta area. This is primarily impacting the southern tier and, believe it or not, out in Syracuse more than it is in the Mohawk Valley toward the capital region. Usually it's the other way around, but either way, that's what's going on early this morning. Fog in Hamilton, clear skies in Rome, and overall temperatures in the 50s, 40s as you head up into the Adirondacks. So a pretty chill start to the day today. So while the weather today looks pretty nice, Saturday is looking nice as well. A little warmer, highs in the mid 80s with some slightly higher humidity, but overall not too bad of a day. Sunday is where things turn more unsettled with a few scattered thunderstorms. We'll track the timing of it coming up in a few minutes, but at least just a brief synopsis of the weekend. Nicer of the 2 weekend days being Saturday. And so as we head throughout the next 12 hours, today's highs climb to near 80 with lots of sunshine, a beautiful day today. If you have any evening plans, if you spend them outside, enjoy this nice weather. We're going to track, of course, what goes on in the night sky tonight, what you can see or what you can't see, and again, the detailed weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. A big financial win and a big policy loss for President
Storm Tracker 2 team, where we track storms.
Welcome back to Sunrise on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Today, our photo of the day takes us to a great shot right here of a summertime sunset. And the title here, Waning Summertime Sunsets, I think this photo right here has a really cool message. And the person who submitted it was mentioning how he took a photo of this and noticed there was a couple sitting on the dock right there enjoying the sunset, and how the brightest part of the picture is encompassing the silhouette of the couple watching it over there in the corner there. So amazing photography skills for this anonymous submitter here. And you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us that showcases the beauty of our area here in central New York. Send it to the link right there in the top of your screen, WKTV.com/weather/pics. So today, again, it's a cooler morning like pretty much every morning this week. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. We're going to climb quickly near 80 this afternoon as fog turns to sunshine. We'll have a more detailed look on that weekend forecast coming up in just a few more minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. More than 15 million Americans are now finding
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
We got a few clouds and foggy conditions to start your day today, but we'll still be seeing plenty of sunshine by this afternoon. Live look at downtown Utica. It is a quiet start to your morning today. 52 degrees the temperature out there in Utica, and it is 52 in Rome with comfortable levels of humidity and calm winds early today. Quiet conditions as well, pretty much for most of the Northeast. There are exceptions, though, obviously, to the waves getting carried in from Hurricane Erin along the coast here. But aside from the coast, weather is completely quiet for the pretty much entire New England area. So today's weather is dry. Same thing on Saturday. So if your lawns might be growing a little bit from that beneficial rain we saw on Wednesday, you got great weather for it. Now, Sunday, we're tracking a few thunderstorms. Might not be the best day to mow the lawn. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So, with the skies clearing out tonight, an interesting phenomenon takes place. It's not uncommon, just happens in the third new moon of summer. It's called the Black Moon. Basically, it's the darkest night of the month, and although you can't see the moon, that's not really the point of the event. It's actually where you can see a lot of other things in the sky you wouldn't see, with the moonlight also acting as a thing that could prevent you from seeing the faintest objects. Now, recommending you to go out in areas that have very little light pollution, you can see the band of the Milky Way galaxy, and it's just a breathtaking experience. Highly recommend. Mentioned earlier in the hour, growing up in New Berlin, I would go outside and just enjoy seeing what little light pollution we have in New Berlin and the great shot of the Milky Way across the entire night sky. So it's something that's very surreal and it's great to experience. So Erin hooks out to sea. Weather looks quiet here locally. Cold front moves in Saturday night and then throughout Sunday, and then a pattern change. Cooler weather moves in as we head into the beginning of next week. So the weekend, after some patchy fog this morning, turns to sunshine this afternoon. Tonight, it's clear. Again, great viewing outdoors for any night sky, stargazing, anything like that. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures peaking in the low to mid 80s. And then Saturday night, a few passing downpours. There's a few on and off showers here and there, but the best chance for showers arrive between 2 and 6 p.m. on Sunday, and this front could linger a little bit longer. Hopefully not anything serious in terms of flooding concerns, but of course, with the rainfall, we would need it. We just don't want it all at once. So your 7-day forecast, we've got rain chances again on Sunday. Things begin to cool down a little bit on next week. Highs in the upper 60s, feeling like a big change in the season, but the latest climate prediction came out for September, and it's looking to be a bit of a warm-up again. So this might be a short-term cool down, but long-term, we're not done with summer just yet.
Trying to fake us out. Eric, thanks. Well, reports of
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And boy, we've had a nice run this week of beautiful weather, and it's going to continue.
Yeah, we got a great day today, Gary. A little foggy to start, but there's plenty of sun by this afternoon. So let's enjoy the nice weather while we have it. Let's take a look outside right now. We have some foggy conditions slowly moving in. This is coming from the Syracuse area. A bit of a meteorological note. Usually this comes in from out east, so an interesting phenomenon taking place early this morning. We are at 51 degrees in Rome, 58 degrees in Hamilton, and 40 up in Saranac Lake. So it is a cooler start to the day today, but still it's looking dry. A quick preview of your weekend forecast. Have any plans Saturday or Sunday? Saturday is looking very nice, 84 with a mix of sun and clouds. By Sunday, though, there's a few more scattered thunderstorms we're tracking, mainly in the afternoon. We'll get to those details coming up momentarily. High is 79, but again, you have any plans for the weekend? Saturday looks to be your best bet. The next 12 hours, we climb from the 50s up into the 80s with plenty of sunshine. Again, beautiful outdoor weather today with low humidity. We're going to track not only what happens for the weekend in a lot more detail, but also we're going to talk about a black moon and what that means, what you can see in the night sky and what you can't see coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. U.S. Army Private Harland J. Hennessy.
Welcome back, everybody. Time now 6:13. We had a great day yesterday weather-wise. Temperatures in the 70s, low humidity, lots of sun in the evening. Expect a similar day today. Yeah, we have some fog this morning, but that'll lift in a few hours and it'll be nothing but blue skies across the area. But let's take a look at what you can expect leaving to work today. We're looking at the Mesnet camera network here, mainly due to the fact that there are some clouds rolling in and some fog in Springfield, parts of, say, Lawrence, Sherburne, even in parts of the western portions of the Mohawk Valley. You head up north, it's mainly sunny and clear, but you can see where that dense fog is forming in pretty much all in the southern valleys. 0 mile visibility in Hamilton, 1 mile Binghamton, 5 miles in Syracuse. Our traffic tracker shows green across the board. No accidents to report of this morning. And aside from that morning fog you might run into, that's the only weather impacts we'll be dealing with today. That fog lifts and some sunshine rolls in. High temperatures climb into the upper 70s near 80 degrees. A beautiful day on tap, and we're looking at what you can expect for the weekend and a lot more detail coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. With the number of COVID-19 cases rising.
The Storm Tracker 2 team, where we track storms. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everybody. Time now 6:20, and early today just saw a bit foggy on the tower cam. It's some low-lying clouds. Underneath that cloud layer, we take a look at downtown Utica, where it looks generally overcast, but that's, of course, that very narrow band of clouds entering the Mohawk Valley from the west. Following that morning cloud cover and fog, it's going to turn a lot more sunny. In fact, it is sunny out there in Rome with 51 degrees, a temperature, and an east-southeast wind of around 3 miles an hour. Radar and satellite shows plenty of clear conditions across much of the Northeast. Again, there is some fog, but other than that, there are no conditions bringing in, or at least systems bringing in cloudy conditions here locally. Hurricane Erin, well out to sea, but still is producing some minor to moderate impacts along the coast here. Some reports of flooding as well. That's the latest trend of that, but again, it's not impacting us here in central New York today. You got great weather for mowing the lawn tomorrow and today, for those of you who had your fair share of rainfall on Wednesday. Sunday, though, we have a few showers and downpours are tracking, so probably not the best day for it. MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So with the night sky today being relatively clear with little to no cloud cover, we're talking about what's called the black moon. It's the third new moon of summertime, and it's also the darkest night of the month. So it's not so much the moon part of it. You can't see the moon, obviously, but it's the lack of the moon that helps you see other things in the night sky. Without that reflecting light, a lot of more distant objects become a lot more visible, and it's a great thing to use, or a great day to view, for example, the Milky Way. With low light pollution in some outlying areas in central New York, you can see the entire Milky Way galaxy, and it's just a very surreal experience. Highly recommend on a day like today, if you don't have anything planned tonight, to go out and stargaze. So, high pressure in place today and tomorrow. A cold front arrives into Sunday, and that's going to drive in a changing weather pattern. Look at this cool air coming in from the northwest. Today, though, it's pretty pleasant. It's sunny. Temperatures in the 70s, near 80 degrees. Tonight, again, great stargazing weather. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds, highs in the low to mid 80s. South wind brings in a little bit more humidity. And then heading into Saturday night, a few passing downpours. Sunday morning, mostly dry, a stray shower, and then some scattered thunderstorms from that cold front rolls through between 2 and 6 p.m., and then some of that might linger onwards beyond that. We'll closely track that throughout the weekend. So your 7-day forecast, after Sunday, things cool down a little bit. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week, highs in the upper 60s, so a bit of a different trend there, Gary. But then we're back into the warming trend by September. So this is a late August type scenario. We're going to be feeling summertime conditions again in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we'll definitely take today and tomorrow for sure.
Yes, beautiful weather.
Eric, thanks. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore, meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center tracking what's looking like a very nice beginning to the weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Gary. I mean, you got some fog this morning, but the sun's going to shine this afternoon. Low humidity, great weather if you have any Friday evening plans. First, take a look at what's going on outside here. From our Cavie Tower camera, of course, some low-lying clouds producing this view right here, or lack of a view with that foggy start today. Underneath that cloud layer, it is mostly cloudy in the Utica region, but it is sunny in Rome. Fog reported in Hamilton, temperature 50 degrees. Saranac Lake, 40 with some sunshine, so that's a cold spot here in upstate New York early today. A preview of the weekend forecast. Again, after nice weather today, tomorrow, sun and clouds, high of 84, beautiful conditions. Sunday, we're tracking a few thunderstorms. It's not all day long, but just a heads up that we're going to be encountering that cold front moving through, and that could fire up a few downpours and, again, rumbles of thunder. We'll get to that in a lot more detail coming up in a few minutes. But, again, today, high temperatures near 80, lots of sunshine, great outdoor weather. We're going to track, of course, that weekend forecast in a lot more detail, plus talk about what you can see in the night sky tonight in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. A big financial win. And
News Channel 2 is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
Welcome back to Sunrise, everybody, on this Friday morning. Our photo of the day today is a great one, taken on Oneida Lake, and this photo right here had a great caption along with it, too. So the viewer who submitted this was mentioning the waning summertime sunsets, and in this photo right here is, of course, of Oneida Lake, but also, most importantly, you got a couple right there, right in the dock, just sitting, enjoying the sunset. And that's what it's all about here in central New York. Just countryside, beautiful scenes like this right here, and the fact that the person who submitted this stated that it was very unique that the brightest part of the image here casts a silhouette of the two watching the sunset there in the corner. So that's, I guess, amazing photography skills that I haven't taken up myself, but thank you for this submitter who was able to capture this moment here. And if you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, showcasing the beauty of our area here in central New York, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Now today it's a cool start, a foggy start, but sunshine moves in and the temperatures climb quickly. We're going to track that plus that all-important weekend forecast in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. More than 15 million Americans.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
A few clouds and some patchy fog to start your day today. Temperatures in the 50s, but it will warm up quickly with plenty of sunshine. Let's take a look at downtown Utica right now. It's a dry start. Traffic really starting to pick up right now, and the temperature again sitting at 52 degrees, comfortable humidity and calm winds early today. The radar and satellite showing mainly quiet conditions over the northeast. Of course, the elephant in the room being Hurricane Erin, which is impacting the shores of New England and parts of the mid-Atlantic here. A bit less now that it's shifted more to the north here, but still some flooding reports here and some wind, but it's well outside of our area here locally, so we're not getting any impacts from Erin at all. Today and tomorrow, going to be great days for mowing the lawn with the lack of rainfall and the fact that we had some beneficial rain on Wednesday. Just make sure you mow that grass up on high. If you mow it low on a dry pattern, it strains the grass a lot more. Sunday, though, we got a few thunderstorms we're tracking, so you have to mow the day to do it would be Friday or Saturday. Mowcast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. So we have what's called a black moon tonight. Now, it's not anything brand new. It's not entirely rare, but it's also not completely common. It's the third new moon of summertime and basically just a new moon. Now, why is this important? Well, we want to emphasize this because in a black moon scenario, you get to see a whole lot more of the night sky. The moon also acts as light pollution, so when there's no more reflections of sunlight on the moon's surface, you can see a lot more faint objects in the night sky. Biggest one being the Milky Way. And personally, growing up in New Berlin, small town area, we have very little light pollution down there, and I remember just going outside and seeing the entire track of the Milky Way, and it's a very surreal experience. I highly recommend you try it out if you haven't seen it before. And tonight, a great night to do it. So high pressure is in control for today and tomorrow. That cold front moves in on Sunday, and look what follows that cold front, a blast of cooler air. Now, a blast being relative, it's not a whole lot different, but it's going to be noticeably cooler. So today's morning fog turns to sunshine, temperatures upper 70s, low 80s. Tomorrow, after a clear start, a mix of sun and clouds, highs in the mid 80s with some slightly higher humidity. A few isolated downpours arrive overnight into early Sunday morning, with a better shot for some showers arriving in the mid-afternoon as that cold front sweeps over our area. Again, you can see a few scattered showers and thunderstorms right there. Following those rain chances Sunday, we're going to head into a cooler pattern Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week. Go from the mid-70s Monday into the upper 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. So the rest of August looks relatively cool, but the long-term trend points toward a warming trend heading into September. So yes, we have a cool down here and there, but summer isn't over yet.
Let the summer continue.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, the World War II.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
A lot going on this weekend, and a lot of folks keeping an eye on the weather, and
We got a pretty nice start to the weekend today and tomorrow,
awesome,
Gary.
yeah.
And, of course, elephant in the room, obviously, you know, where's the hurricane? We take a look at what we just saw right here, the live satellite, heading out to sea. So direct impacts here locally, none. So we'll keep a close eye on it. But again, this is not impacting us here locally. In fact, what is impacting us is lots of sunshine and low humidity. It's a beautiful afternoon. Look how busy Cooperstown is early today. It is a packed Main Street down there. A lot of folks out enjoying the beautiful weather. 70 degrees in Rome, 72 Hamilton, 78 in Watertown. Looks like Watertown has the warmest temperature in pretty much all of upstate New York. So interesting sight there. Higher heat up north. This weekend, sun and clouds for your Saturday. High of 84 degrees. Pretty pleasant day. Slightly higher humidity and a few more clouds in the sky again today, tomorrow compared to today. Sunday, we're tracking a few scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'll break down the timing of that coming up in a few minutes. But again, today, it's sunny. It's pretty nice out. We're going to keep an eye on not only the rain showers this weekend, but also what you can see in the night sky tonight with how clear it's going to be and in the new moon in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Hurricane Erin is slowly churning off the East Coast, but it remains offshore and is creating dangerous rip currents and high tides. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has declared a state of emergency as officials had to rescue 50 people stuck in rising waters. NBC's Aaron McLaughlin has more from Asbury Park.
Hey there, Hurricane Erin may be churning hundreds of miles away from here, but she's been wreaking havoc up and down the eastern seaboard from the mid-Atlantic to New England, leaving dangerous conditions behind. Yesterday here in New Jersey, the governor declared a state of emergency. Overnight, high tides pushed water into coastal towns here in New Jersey, flooding streets. In Margate County, fire officials say overnight they rescued at least 50 people stuck in rising waters. And then farther south, beach towns also inundated in Maryland and Delaware. And in North Carolina, Erin's closest approach left entire neighborhoods in the Outer Banks flooded. The main highway there is still shut down this morning. And spare a thought for the sea turtles in Emerald Isle, North Carolina. Their nests along the water's edge are under threat due to Hurricane Erin. Officials now racing to save them. Here in New Jersey, officials tell me their top concern is that because of this gorgeous weather, people will be tempted to go back out in that water, but they say deadly rip currents remain. They say stay out of the water with red flags expected to be in place through Saturday. Back to you.
NBC's Aaron McLaughlin reporting. Meanwhile, Governor Hochul has ordered all swimming be suspended on Long Island ocean beaches due to the unsafe surf conditions from Hurricane Erin. She says there is also considerable beachfront flooding. Brand new this noon, take a good look at your
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everybody. Lots of sunshine moving in today after a foggy start. A live look at downtown Utica. We got some crystal clear skies out there with that low humidity. 70 in Utica. It is officially 70 in Rome as well. Dew point of 58. So yes, it is technically muggy, but any dew point in the 50s is relatively comfortable here in central New York. Radar is looking entirely dry at this hour, and we zoom out on the radar and satellite. Of course, things are quiet right now. Out to our east is where, of course, what's left of Hurricane Erin is still churning out to sea, missing us almost entirely. Still, though, we got a pretty nice day today for state fair activities. You want to head out to the fair. Temperatures in the 70s, near 80 with lots of sunshine and no rainfall expected. So it's probably one of the nicest days you'll have in the next week or so to go out and enjoy all the festivities there at the fair. So I mentioned there's a new moon taking place today, and it's unique. It's the black moon, the darkest night of the month. It's the third new moon of summertime, but although you can't see the moon, most importantly, you can see other things than the moon because the moon is now completely hidden. Because there is no reflections of the sun and the moon, it allows you to see all the stars and stuff, and especially the Milky Way. So if you haven't had the chance to get out and see the Milky Way galaxy in all its glory yet, go to an area with low light pollution, look up in the sky, and just enjoy the scenery you can see up in the sky. It's definitely a surreal experience seeing the band of the galaxy there. So we have a cold front moving in this weekend, and that's going to drive in some cooler weather, especially by next week. So that's the pattern change we were tracking, we've been mentioning the past week or so. And that arrives next week. But for now, we are not seeing that. We're seeing pretty nice weather. Upper 70s, near 80 today, lots of sunshine. Tonight, lows fall into the 50s with, again, mainly clear skies. A few wispy clouds tomorrow morning, turning to a mix of sunshine and clouds tomorrow afternoon. Still looking dry until sunset, and then a few on and off spotty showers arrive overnight, and then scattered thunderstorms develop throughout the day Sunday, primarily in the afternoon. And we're going to see a round of thunderstorms. This model here has the storms linger over an area for quite a while. This could be concerning. We're going to wait for more data to come in. In fact, I'm going to check the data coming in the next few minutes to see how this is trending. But for now, just a heads up that there are going to be a few thunderstorms Sunday afternoon. We'll fine-tune that forecast in terms of flooded concerns, especially tonight and through the weekend. So following the weekend, we have sunshine and 70s for Monday and 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. So a bit of a cool down here as we enter next week, and that'll be the relative pattern for much of the rest of August. September looks to come in a little bit warmer, but for now, it's going to be seasonably cool with lower humidity. But that's next week. Today, though, Gary, it's beautiful, lots of sunshine. Get out and enjoy it.
I bet we're going to see more rain in September than we've seen in August.
Oh, definitely.
Eric, thanks. Well, the Hinckley Reservoir boat launch is now... Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and the fact that we haven't seen much rain is continuing here. Yeah,
the newest numbers came in for the drought index here locally, and let's take a look at this right here in full screen. You can see that, well, still has somewhat shape of a duck there, but the drought conditions have turned a little bit more widespread, or at least abnormally dry conditions, I should say. We're not officially in drought status, though personally I do think we should be. This is just the overall view from the entire U.S. from the drought index. So that's just a generalization of how dry it's been. So it's still looking pretty dry despite the beneficial rain we saw on Wednesday. But we aren't expecting any rain, at least for today or tomorrow. Beautiful conditions out there in Cooperstown right now. Live view outside. 70 in Rome, 78 Watertown, 74 in Syracuse. If you're planning on heading to the State Fair today, you got great weather for it. Now, The weather looks pretty nice for tomorrow, too. A mix of sun and clouds, a little warmer, high of 84 degrees. And then we're going to see a pattern change take place starting Sunday. It's going to produce a few scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. And then following that, there's going to be a bit of a cool down. We'll track that cool down and again time out the rainfall on Sunday coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Menendez brothers behind bars.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Happy Friday, everybody. Blue skies have moved into our area right now, and the temperature is just gorgeous out. A look at downtown Utica, bluebird skies out there, and temperatures sitting at a comfortable 70 degrees. Technically, yes, it's muggy out, but any dew point in the 50s, really not too bad. It's been so incredibly humid and hot over the summer that seeing this is pretty refreshing. Radar right now is dry. We zoom out a little bit. Yes, things locally here are quiet for much of the Northeast. Our attention turns to the actual east, where we're seeing what's left of Hurricane Erin, still expected to stay out to sea. We're not seeing any direct impacts. In fact, the only indirect impacts is where we're getting some north winds here today, which is also driving in that sunshine and dry weather. Again, earlier I mentioned it's a great day to go out to the New York State Fair. You got pretty nice weather, sunshine, lower humidity, and temperatures in the 70s, pushing 80 as you head out to the Syracuse area later on this afternoon. But if you head out this evening, you got nicer weather for it too. So if you have any ideas on what you want to do tonight, well, how about this? Not too often do we get, for one, a new moon here in central New York where the skies are clear. But also, this is the third new moon of summer, otherwise known as a black moon. What this is that it's so dark outside that you can actually see a lot more of the night sky, faint stars, faint objects, including the Milky Way galaxy, which we call home. So if you want to look outside tonight and kind of get a surreal experience growing up here in New Berlin area. I didn't have a lot of light pollution, got to see it all the time, and it's definitely something that I recommend you watch, especially on a night like tonight with those clear skies. So high pressure in place here today. A cold front moves in from the northwest. That's going to drive in a cooler weather pattern. All those blues and greens, that's what's approaching us for next week. Now, transparency here, it's not a long-term pattern. This is going to exit, and September moves back in again with some warmer temperatures. So, under SkyCast today, that morning fog turned to sunshine, a beautiful afternoon, clear skies tonight with lows in the 50s. Tomorrow, sunny to start, a few wispy high-level clouds turning to a mix of sun and clouds by the afternoon. Still looking dry, comfortable temperatures in the low to mid-80s. Saturday night, we're going to start to see a few isolated downpours. Same thing for Sunday morning. It's mostly dry with a few spotty showers. Then by Sunday afternoon, that cold front pushes through the area, firing up a few thunderstorms across the region. And still right now, I'm thinking maybe some pockets of central New York pick up maybe 1-2 inches of rain. Other pockets, not a whole lot. Luck of the draw when it comes to these types of cold fronts. But stay tuned with us throughout the weekend as I give you more up-to-date rainfall forecast for that. So your 7-day forecast, following that cold front Sunday, notice those temperatures next week cooling down a little bit. 75 on Monday, which is similar to today though, but by Tuesday and Wednesday, we're in the 60s, 67 on Tuesday, 69 Wednesday. Yes, sunshine, but dodging a few showers. We'll, of course, keeping a close eye on those next week as the rest of the month progresses on. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are back with news.
Our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, getting us set for the weekend. Beautiful day today.
Yeah, it turned out to be really nice. Lots of sunshine, an absolutely stellar day, and it's going to be a lovely evening and a nice start to the weekend. But it's not going to stay like this all weekend long. 81 degrees, the current temperature. The big number here is the dew points, 50 degrees. It's really low humidity. So it is a warm day, but it is not all that humid. That means it's going to cool off nicely as we head into this evening. Live look at the York Hill Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's looking dry, and it's going to stay dry. Very comfortable tonight. Great night to stargaze, specifically tonight, and I'll explain why coming up. Nice start to the weekend. I'm looking at rain returning Sunday along with a few thunderstorms. Sunshine this evening, temperatures in the 70s, again tracking some unsettled weather before the weekend is done. I've got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. 2 unvaccinated.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Happy Friday. We have a lovely weekend ahead, at least a lovely start to the weekend. It's looking partly sunny on Saturday and very summer-like with temperatures in the mid-80s. On Sunday, showers, thunderstorms arrive. Temperatures look to top out in the upper 70s. A live look in downtown Utica, a temperature of 81 degrees. It has been an absolutely beautiful day today. We've had low humidity across the board, and it's comfortable to be outside, although it is quite warm across the region. With clear skies in place, we have a very unique opportunity to see the stars in the sky at a much brighter note because there's no moon out. And we have a new moon, which is also the 3rd new moon of the season. So it gets a special name. It's called a black moon. It's not anything different than any new moon. When it's not in the night sky, when we don't have that light in place, it's easier to see the stars. And it's a great opportunity to spot the Milky Way. That is visible in the night sky. And in fact, if you get away from city lights, you can see it with the naked eye. You'll look straight up after, say, 10 o'clock in the evening, although you can probably even see it before then. It's visible in the night sky this time of the year. And again, with no moon out, it's easiest to pick out, again, closer to midnight. Little Falls, 83 degrees. Steensboro, 77. Westernville, 80. Across Southern Valleys. Hamilton 77, Oneonta 75, and Cooperstown with 77 degrees. Again, it's dry out there. It's going to stay dry to start the weekend. And again, like the weekend forecast mentioned, rain Sunday, not the greatest day to mow the lawn. If you do have to cut the lawn, Saturday or Monday would be your better options. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Bigger picture shows high pressure in control of our weather. We're saying goodbye to Hurricane Erin. It's continuing to move off the coast. By the way, Hurricane Erin last night caused a mini storm surge up the Hudson River. It wasn't a big one, but it did cause some minor flooding near Poughkeepsie. So that was a very unusual setup with that storm departing. We do not expect any other issues here across New York. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Comfortable sleeping weather. Tomorrow, beautiful day. Lots of sunshine, low humidity. High temperatures climb into the 80s. Saturday night, some clouds start to arrive. A few scattered showers around on Sunday. A cold front rolls in. This does produce showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. At this point, the storms don't look all that strong, but they could produce some locally heavy rain as this cold front rolls through. And of course, a big drop in temperature to follow early next week. Clear skies tonight, a low of 56. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, 84 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Cooler weather early next week. 75 on Monday. Temperatures in the upper 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. And then we'll slowly warm up into the low 70s Thursday and Friday. So it's still summer, but it's going to feel a little bit less like it next week.
Might not need a jacket, but you might.
Maybe at night, yeah.
Maybe at night. All right, thank you, Bill. Hurricane up the East Coast, remaining offshore and, of course, creating dangerous rip currents and high tides. Aaron Gilchrist has more from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina.
Conditions here in the Outer Banks are expected to start improving slowly today, but we're not there just yet. As you look out into the ocean, you can see we are still seeing massive waves coming in here. The expectation is that there could be 4 to 8 foot waves along the Outer Banks throughout the day today as they're in a sort of recovery mode here, but these waves are still crashing well up onto the beach. The rip current threat is still very real here. There's a coastal flood warning that still is in place until into the evening hours here, and so people are being told stay out of the water, don't get too close to the water. The flooding in Hatteras Island is still significant. At this point, we know that the hope is that crews will be able to get onto the island today to really get a lay of the land, to see how bad the flooding is and the pushing of the dune sand onto the roadway, to see how bad that is, because they hope to get the road back open. And folks who dealt with flooding in their homes on the island are going to have to see just how much damage they have as well. Now back to you.
Still to come tonight, a story we could all use. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
With the new moon not out in the sky, the skies are going to be dark tonight. In fact, it's going to be a great night to look at the Milky Way. This was taken by myself last night from Smith Hill. I have a digital camera that can capture a little bit more light, but you can see it with the naked eye. Again, you're going to want to look up after dark. Look for the Milky Way. It usually is directly overhead by around 10 o'clock in the evening. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it's looking pretty quiet across the region. Comfortable temperatures on the warm side tomorrow. We'll be in the mid-80s, but we do cool off as we head throughout next week. Temperatures will drop into the upper 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday with some cooler weather on the way. Great evening to take the dog out for a walk. Temperatures will stay in the 70s throughout this evening. Sunset is now before 8 o'clock these days. Tonight's featured dog is Sky from Verona. And if you want to be part of this, head to Skycast, WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Looking for something to do this weekend? The Clinton Art and Music.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. It's turning out to be a beautiful day across central New York. Just a few fair weather clouds from time to time, especially in the higher elevations. The lower elevations have seen almost wall-to-wall sunshine. Here's a live look at Oneonta, temperature of 75 degrees. Again, very pleasant conditions across the region. It's going to be a nice start to the weekend. Saturday looks dry, but let's look ahead to Sunday. There's a cold front that moves in, and this could produce a few thunderstorms in the afternoon. At this point, the severe weather risk looks very, very low. It's not impossible to get a strong storm or two in this environment, but it's expected to be the outlying possibility. Some gusty winds and locally heavy rain possible. But even then, with that being said, if you have outdoor plans on Sunday, it's going to be helpful to have some way to get weather information. One way to do that is to download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. You can get alerts on your phone, whether rain is coming your way or if lightning is nearby, or if there's anything more concerning, you'll get weather alerts on your phone as well. Looking at Sky Watchers, Whitesboro, 81 degrees. McAdoo, Hartford, 78. Helen and Cassville, 78. Curtis, 75. Westford, 75 degrees. Stewart and Cooperstown, 74. Again, looking quiet out there in the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you have to cut the lawn, this evening looks great. Tomorrow looks great. Sunday, not so much with the rain on the way. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Beautiful conditions out there. We continue to see high pressure in control to start the weekend. Hurricane Erin continuing to move away from the East Coast. Again, didn't play a major role in the weather, although it did produce lots and lots of rip currents up and down the East Coast. But again, as that storm moves away, the waves will be settling down as well. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s here, so it's going to be a comfortable night. You can open up the windows, cool off the house. Don't need the air conditioner tonight, but you will tomorrow. It's looking warm. Temperatures climb into the mid-80s. Not super humid, but a warm afternoon for sure. Partly sunny skies. Now, Saturday night, it does look warmer at night. Overnight lows only in the 60s, so you might need the air conditioner for that. Scattered showers arrive Sunday. It's not going to be a washout, but it looks like we'll have a few chances for rain, and even a few thunderstorms are possible as a cold front arrives. We will see a drop in temperature to follow for early next week. Clear skies tonight, low 56. Tomorrow, partly sunny skies, highs in the mid-80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It does cool off from Saturday onward. Sunday's high 79, showers, thunderstorms. Temperatures in the mid-70s on Monday, partly sunny skies. Cooler weather with highs in the 60s Tuesday and Wednesday. Overnight lows in the 40s. And back to sunshine and pleasant weather with highs in the low 70s on Thursday and Friday. We'll be right back.
To the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Absolutely beautiful day today. Lots of sunshine, low humidity, temperature of 80 degrees, dew point's 50, so the air is very comfortable. That also means that it's going to cool off quickly as we head into tonight with clear skies and low humidity in place. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it's looking quiet. It's going to be a comfortable night for sleeping. Also a great night to stargaze, and it has to do with the moon. We'll talk about that coming up. Nice start to the weekend. Saturday looks beautiful and quite warm, and then things change for Sunday. A cold front's on the way. That is going to set the stage for more fall-like temperatures, or at least early fall-like temperatures heading into early next week. Sunshine this evening, enjoy it. Temperatures in the 70s. I'm tracking a generally lovely weekend ahead. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Two unvaccinated.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a lovely start to the weekend. Temperatures making it to the mid-80s on Saturday with plenty of sunshine. On Sunday, there will be a few scattered storms with high temperatures in the upper 70s. We do have the chance for storms on Sunday. We're not expecting anything strong. Things look to be more typical of a summertime cold front. Some gusty winds are possible, locally heavy rain, but that looks to be the exception rather than the rule. Live look at downtown Utica, temperature of 80 degrees. Boy, what a nice day today. Warmer than yesterday, pretty comfortable though. Whitesboro 81, Clinton 79, Mike and New Hartford 78 degrees. Old Forge-Bill with 77, Jeff and Mohawk 78, and across Southern Valley, Skinnyvis 81, Carroll and Worcester with 74. The bigger picture shows dry weather. We're going to hold on to that dry weather as we head into tomorrow. Again, Sunday, showers, thunderstorms, Monday looking good. If you have to cut the lawn, Saturday looks to be the better of the two weekend days. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Hurricane Erin continues to move offshore. Last night, it did something interesting, something that's pretty rare. It brought a storm surge up the Hudson River. It wasn't a lot of flooding, but there was very minor flooding detected in Poughkeepsie from that. But as that storm moves out to sea, it's taking any effects with it. And again, locally, our weather looks great. The next weather system comes in from the west. Tonight, clear skies. Temperatures drop into the 50s. It's a great night to get out and stargaze. We have a new moon that's out. A new moon is the opposite of a full moon. It means that the night is going to be extra dark. So it should be a wonderful night to get out and enjoy. Also, be on the lookout for the Milky Way. That should be pretty easy to spot. Anytime after, say, 9, 10 o'clock in the evening, look up. You'll see the Milky Way if you're far away from city lights. Tomorrow, the weather looks great. Partly sunny skies. Temperatures climb into the low 80s, so very summer-like, but not too humid. You will notice the humidity build tomorrow night. Overnight lows will drop into the 60s. Might need the air conditioner here tomorrow as well as on Sunday. Sunday is more humid and also unsettled. That cold front arrives in the afternoon and produces some showers and thunderstorms, and we will see a significant change in the weather as this front departs. Tonight, clear, low of 56 degrees. Tomorrow, beautiful day, lots of sunshine. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. All downhill from here. Oh, no. Well, at least for now. At least for the next 7 days. Showers, thunderstorms Sunday, 79. 75 on Monday, partly sunny. Temperatures in the upper 60s here on Tuesday, Wednesday. And if Kristen Copeland was here, she would be giving me a look for that. She's not a fan of that.
I won't give you a look, Bill. I think you're great.
All right.
All right, thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Another stop. Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, getting us ready for the weekend. But this is some great stuff from Middleville tonight.
Yeah, this is perfect conditions to get out and stargaze. We have a new moon, which means the sky is extra dark tonight. We don't have any of the moonlight washing it out. This is from Jessica Ice in Middleville. Beautiful conditions to be outside tonight. On the cooler side, but pretty comfortable. Temperatures are in the 60s. And again, we're looking at clear conditions on the Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The temperature is 63, so it has cooled off. We made it into the low 80s this afternoon, but we have really low humidity, very comfortable conditions in place. That is going to change as we head into the weekend. It is going to become increasingly more humid, and it will turn warmer, especially by tomorrow afternoon. You'll notice the temperature trend. The warmest day of the next 7 happens to be Saturday, 84 degrees, and we'll start to cool off. We'll drop into the 60s and 70s and eventually 60s here by early next week. Comfortable night for sleeping. You can leave the windows open going to bed. Overnight lows drop down into the mid-50s. We are tracking a lovely start to the weekend, but some rain and some thunderstorms return on Sunday. We're taking a look at the timing of those coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The United
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We have a nice weekend of weather ahead. We're looking at sunshine tomorrow, temperatures in the mid-80s. On Sunday, showers and thunderstorms return as the cold front moves in from the west. We're looking at highs in the upper 70s. It will be increasingly more humid as we head into the weekend. August 23rd, that would be tomorrow. That's the night of the third new moon of the summer, so it's called a black moon. It's kind of like a blue moon. A blue moon is when you have two full moons in the same month. This is a little bit different, but the bottom line is it's going to be the darkest night of the month. Great nights ahead to spot the Milky Way. In fact, I think tonight is going to be your better night to do this, because tomorrow night we'll have some clouds in the way. And again, the viewing should be excellent here across central New York. Scattered showers and thunderstorms return on Sunday. The risk for severe weather is very low. It's not zero, but it's very low. We are tracking more humidity as we head throughout the weekend. Sunday will be increasingly uncomfortable to be outdoors, but by the time we head into Monday and Tuesday, another cold front arrives, and that is going to set the stage for very comfortable weather, which looks to stick around. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. We continue to wave goodbye to Hurricane Erin, which continues to move out into the Atlantic, and our weather is looking pretty quiet here for the short term. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the mid-50s. Looks like a beautiful day tomorrow. Partly sunny skies. Not quite as sunny as today, but still very nice, and also quite warm. Temperatures in the mid-80s. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. We will see temperatures in the 60s, so I think it might be a night where you might want to run the air conditioner. And I think you need the air conditioner Sunday. It's warm and it's humid. We'll have a few scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Temperatures look to cool off as we head into Sunday evening as the front rolls through. Clear skies tonight, a low of 56. Tomorrow, a pleasant day, warm, partly sunny, and it does turn increasingly more humid throughout the afternoon. Sunday is the most humid day of the week. Showers, thunderstorms, 79. Scattered showers around Monday and Tuesday. We cool off. Temperatures will drop into the upper 60s during the day and into the 40s at night. So cool weather ahead. Of course, it's just the beginning. There's going to be a day where 60s will be really warm, and it's actually not that far away from now.
It's just
sadly.
a fact of life.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Bill. Coming up next, New York City's first. Time now for our first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis getting us set for the weekend. Some great pictures. They're on social. Are they on your weather page as well?
Find that on our weather page, social
Yes.
media. Yeah, we appreciate the photos too. We've got some great photographers. Perfect weather tonight to get out and photograph the stars. We have a new moon, which means it's not out. It's extra dark tonight, and photographers love that because you can really capture the stars. Even just going out there with your without any equipment, just you can see the Milky Way if you're in a dark enough location. It's really neat. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. It is comfortable to be outdoors. It's cool. Temperature of 60 degrees. We're into the 80s again tomorrow. The humidity starts to build up. It is going to feel humid Sunday before things cool down. More fall-like temperatures, or at least early fall-like temperatures here as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, highs in the 60s. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the 50s. A good night to leave the windows open, cool off the house. Don't really need the air conditioner tonight, but you will tomorrow and tomorrow night. We're going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The Oneida City School District is out with times for the high school and middle school students' school days. Remember, the two are sharing Otto Shortell Middle School buildings, so they had to split things up. High school students will be in session 7.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We've got a nice weekend ahead. It's going to start out sunny tomorrow and very summer-like, and temperatures in the mid-80s. On Sunday, cold front arrives, and it's going to produce some showers and thunderstorms. Mainly in the afternoon, temperatures look to climb into the upper 70s. It is going to become increasingly more humid as we head into the weekend. Live look in downtown Utica, temperature of 60 degrees. It's a great night to get out and stargaze because we have a new moon, which means it's not out. The third new moon of a season is called a black moon. It's kind of like a blue moon. That's the second full moon in a month. It's kind of the opposite of that. Either way, what's nice about this is that it makes skies really clear and it's easy to spot stars as well as the Milky Way. You can do that tonight. Tomorrow night, some clouds will be around, so even though the new moon is technically tomorrow night, tonight is the night to get out and enjoy it. Severe weather risk on Sunday is low. We're looking at a cold front. It produces showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but the ingredients aren't quite there for anything strong, thankfully. We'll always keep an eye on this, though. Muggy conditions Saturday. It turns humid Sunday. The humidity doesn't last. We're back to more comfortable conditions heading into Monday and Tuesday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar was quiet. We're waving goodbye to Hurricane Erin heading off into the Atlantic. And the weather locally looks quiet as we head into the start of the weekend. Partly sunny skies tomorrow. After starting out in the 50s, we'll climb into the 80s. So a nice warm afternoon, a south wind. Tomorrow night, clouds thicken up. It's not going to be quite as comfortable. You might need the air conditioner Saturday night. We're tracking some showers and even a few rumbles of thunder as we get into Sunday afternoon. It's warm and it's humid. Temperatures climb into the upper 70s before the wet weather arrives. It turns much cooler and much less humid as we head into the work week. Clear skies tonight, low temperature of 56. Tomorrow, an outstanding day, partly sunny skies, temperatures in the mid-80s. Not quite as sunny as today, but it does look warmer. It's humid Sunday, 79. That cold front arrives in the afternoon, producing showers and a few thunderstorms. Showers possible Monday, 75. It's cooler, and it's a little taste of early fall. Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures in the upper 60s, overnight lows in the 40s. We'll dry out. We'll see sunshine and very comfortable weather Thursday and Friday with highs in the low 70s.
Just remember, it can be warm in September.
Yes, but we are starting to head downhill.
Towards fall.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. Coming up next, New York City.